as well as please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right. Since we had two meetings last month, we need to approve September 10th and September 29th minutes. Do I have a motion for the September 10th minutes?
So moved.
Got a first?
Second.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Again, I need a motion to approve the September 29th, 2025 minutes.
So moved.
Got a first?
Second.
A second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Approval of bills and claims.
Motion.
Okay, got a first?
I'll second that.
Got a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, any audience comments? Hearing none, we'll move on. Okay, Chief?
I've got the report for the month of September. Our total calls for service was 428. Year-to-date, that brings that to 4,109. 10 traffic citations were written. Year-to-date is 162. 4 criminal arrests were made. Crash reports 12. Year-to-date on that is 48. Case reports 11, and year-to-date on the case reports is 255. Training, all of us participated in our state-mandated defensive tactics training, and also we did another firearms qualification. Also attached to this report, I made our flyer that we put together for the Fall Harvest Night Out. That's going to be held Wednesday, October 22nd from 5 to 7 in front of the PD. Just going to have some hot dogs and s'mores, and there's some live music by Harley Day. It's just a few hours to get the community together and meet us and just chat about what the problems or what good things are going on, and that's about it.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you, Chief. I'm going to put this on the info signs, and I will also send it out on the interweb.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, Tommy, it's you, buddy.
You have the fire report in front of you. We had 20 responses. That brought us year-to-date to 226. We had a car with a extrication involved, US 50 in Overding on September 8th. We had a building fire at 249 Probasco on the 10th of September. That was a breaker box. We had multiple brush fires on September 15th out on State Route 1. And then we had a house fire. We assisted Aurora last Monday up on Summit Drive on a Monday morning. Out of those calls, 16 were in the city. Arrival time was 8 minutes on average. And our busiest day was Monday. Any questions on the fire report?
No, sir.
Okay, right into the EMS report. We had 74 calls. That brought us up to 661. Average time en route, 2 minutes. Time arrived on the scene was 4. Time on the scene, 14. And then to the hospital went 8. Out of those 74 calls, 48 were during the day shift. 26 were during the evening shift. 56 of those were in the city of Greendale, 9 in the county, and then we had 9 mutual aid calls that we gave to. Out of those 74 calls, 42 were treated and transported to hospital, 11 refused treatment, 8 patient no contacts, and 2 DOAs, and 11 were canceled or before or when we got on scene. Any questions for the EMS side?
I do.
Yes.
So since our numbers are jumped way up because you're covering a lot more of the county.
No, it's actually, Greendale has Rose.
And, okay, well, Greendale, but my point was, so do you expect less life out of this ambulance because it's a lot more mileage?
Well,
I mean,
we want to get it off the road, and I've got this other ambulance coming in January tentatively, and The new one we got now, we're gonna put it in reserve status for a while, because we're gonna be approaching probably, I'd say by the end of the month, I bet we'll be at 20,000 miles
On the new one?
on the new one already. Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to factor this in, you know, as,
Yeah, as time goes on,
Right.
yeah, replacement and whatnot.
Right.
We're not gonna get 20 years out of each ambulance like we used to. And also, we do transport to, other facilities because our protocols tell us we have to, being Children's, St. E. Edgewood, UC.
Right.
So we got added mileage as well on that, so,
Okay.
yes, we are adding the mileage to them.
got it.
Those
Okay.
protocols you're talking about, that takes you out of service?
It takes us out of service. While we're gone, we're out of service until we get back into our coverage area. I know there's a logistic end to it, but we have to provide the most proper pre-hospital care for each patient we pick up. So obviously, if it's an OB call, we're going to go to Edgewood or Good Sam. Somebody that's having a heart attack, they're going to Edgewood or probably Mercy. Pediatrics, 100% go to Children's main campus in Cincinnati, so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you guys for all you do.
Yep.
Okay, unfinished business. Ridge Avenue, the CCMG project is underway. Kevin Hayes from HWC is working on this for us. He's got some estimate numbers for the project. Let me see where I put that. Here, it's this sheet.
6 and 7.
Yeah, so right now, it's a it's called a $625,000 project. We're going from the cemetery to Broadway, of which Greendale's match will be $124,958.20, which will go before council tonight, giving Becky the approval to sign the commitment letter. So we'll keep that moving forward as well.
I had a quick question, Corey. Does the construction engineering, is that just like inspections and stuff of that nature? And is that valid for those community crossing grants? I wasn't sure. I thought any kind of soft costs, they didn't approve those.
I believe it's kind of towards your match, is the way I believe that's set up.
Okay.
So it becomes eligible for match, but not to be reimbursed through the program.
Okay.
I can double check out with Kevin and make sure.
Yeah, I just remember doing those things, and any kind of engineering cost was on the city, but then for, I'll call it the brick and mortar stuff, you know, the paving and whatnot, they were eligible. I just saw the construction engineering. All I'm getting at is I don't want this to go in and get kicked out, because that Becky's letter's gotta go in probably as this is an addendum to it.
Right.
Saying that this is what we're ponying up for, is commitment letter, is what it is, and that goes in with your application.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on CCMG, so I can double check with Kevin and
Okay.
confirm that, but I believe it's all eligible as the match portion of it, but not as.
Okay.
It's just a matter of which pot that's paid out of, and so use the grant dollars to pay all the construction costs, and then that's the side of the construction engineering, or the construction administration is just that, you know, our portion during the construction phase, to facilitate, so I think that is part of the match.
Okay.
But I will double check.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Something that came to light was that during this, we need to update our ADA and our Title VI policies. So we're looking, VS Engineering did it last, we think it was last updated in 2018. It appears it has to be done every 3 years, so we're working on that as well to get that.
It was done in 2018.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I
Yeah.
remember doing it the first time, but I don't remember any provisions in NDOT requiring us to update it. They just wanted us, that's the transition plan.
Hey.
Here's your plan, get it fixed.
That might have
Just
been how it was in 18.
It could have been.
I think it's different now.
It could be.
Yeah,
Do you need a motion on this at all, or is this just strictly for council, right?
strictly for council.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, now on Avenue water main replacement, we are still moving forward to put out bidding phase 1 and phase 2 around December the 1st. So we'll bring that back next month, and Sean, you'll have a plan for that, agreed?
Sure, I'll get hold of them.
Yeah.
When are we planning on getting the road done?
Which one? This road?
No, I thought we were talking about Nowland, water. So when do we plan on doing that project?
What, you mean as far as repaving or,
Well, as doing the construction, the water main.
The water main?
well, next year?
Do we have a time, I know next year, but do we have a time frame, like April to September?
We don't. We just thought by bidding it out that time of year, we'd have a better chance of getting a better price.
They're gonna wanna know when they're gonna be doing the work.
Well, my recommendation, I mean, you're gonna bid phase one and phase two.
Right.
So are they gonna be?
We're gonna bid phase one, phase two, and then both.
Okay, I was gonna say, you're gonna bid one as like an alternate, I
Yeah.
guess?
Yeah.
Phase one, then alternate phase two, then you can combine them together.
Right.
Sean, just, my recommendation, if you guys agree, is get it out, you know, in the winter, and then these contractors will give you the kind of better pricing where it's a little more competitive. And just as soon as the weather breaks, I'd get after it, put it in the ground. Then, when that gets done, then we can have the quarry at HWC put in our application for Community Crossings Grant to nail Nowland.
For next
And
fall.
that is gonna score well, cause it's on that, federal classified road thing, so.
Alright.
Yeah, I'd say this water line is holding up a whole lot of good improvements on Nowland, so.
Well, alright.
Well, and the water lines, it's a big job, it's huge.
Oh, I know, but we also have the next item that I have them doing now the north section on the electric first.
That's not
And
important.
I know it's not important. I'm a water guy, it's not. But, I have them doing it to get out of the water line
Ugh,
way.
got
They
it.
do the water line. But they're supposed to start November. We're requiring the contract to be able to November on the the electric line on Nowland North. To get out of there hopefully by December, January, be done, weather permitting, they can get out of there. The whole project will be done by April, the end of April.
I think that'd work out good, just get it out.
That's why I was
good.
asking when you plan on doing it, because I wanna make sure I get the electric crews out of there before they do the road, so they're not,
Yeah,
and
Right.
you know, we don't like having big trucks on brand new paved road, because we know what happens there.
Yep.
So, I
Construction.
asked when you plan on doing the water line.
I'd say like start, I mean, you could start earlier, but April, if you guys are going up and down now, maybe start May 1st or something
Well,
like
the
that.
whole project's supposed to be done by the whole Nowland by April, the end of April. So hopefully they'll be done there by January,
Oh,
mid-January, on the
Okay.
north section. That's the first area being done.
okay.
Because of the water lines going in, I knew the water line was coming in, just didn't know when.
Okay.
But now that gives me an idea.
End of March, 1st of April, just
Yep.
tell the contractor, that's when you like, for them to get started.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4, IMPA electric ordinance audit. Sean?
We gotta talk about number 3 real quick.
Oh, I thought we just did.
Well, you have a quote there for Brownstown for the material.
Oh, okay. I thought you,
Brownstown's the only one that
you want
gives me a quote.
to answer, do the quotes under new business, or you want to leave them where it is?
Well, it's part of the
Okay.
Nowland Avenue, north and south electric.
Okay, we'll just do it now.
Brownstown's the only one that gave me a quote back. Annixter, the last meeting, they gave me a partial quote, and I asked, hey, I wanted it by Friday afternoon, they got it Friday night, it wasn't completely done. Monday morning, I talked to Bruce Purvo from Annixter. He said he's leaving up Alina, she's the new person, he's getting ready to retire. He said if she can't get it, that was on September 30th. If she can't get it, then they'll have to withdraw from this project. So after the board meeting, the board approved to extend it out a little further. That Tuesday, would be the 30th, September 30th, I emailed her, letting her know, and Brownstown know, give me a couple more extra days. Never heard anything. Emailed this past Monday, still crickets, never heard anything on a quote. Brownstown's the only one that gave me a quote that's for all the material, and that's $202,162.79.
That's for all of now in north and south.
Nowland north and south,
Okay.
yes,
So do you need a motion?
yes.
I'll make it,
Okay.
accept Brownstown's bid for 202,162.79.
Okay, I have a first.
Second.
Got a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion
The
carries.
engineer estimate was $225 on material.
But you said Annixter was giving you some information or partial, and
They
then,
gave me a partial quote that Friday before, last meeting. I told them I needed to have it Friday so I can review both, make sure they're apples to apples. Then Monday, before the meeting, the afternoon, I emailed them, said, hey, look, you have the rest of this? And she gave me a list of like 12 or 15 things that she did not get the quote on yet. She didn't hear back from their supplier. And then I haven't heard anything, emailed again this past Monday, and nothing, crickets.
okay,
Are they gonna get you that trailer you was talking about?
Brownstown will supply a material trailer.
Good.
With all the material in it.
Good.
For us, for as long as we need it.
Okay.
you've done that before, that really works
Yes,
out
it
good.
works out. You put it on top of the hill, give the contractor the key, they're responsible for it.
Okay. Good. Okay, Sean, IMPA electric ordinance audit?
Yes, that's, Anthony's gonna send out the letters, we're gonna change those, there's like 9 customers that are going up in classification on billing. He's gonna send them a letter, and we're gonna change them the 1st of January. I'm waiting on meters from Annixter, the meter department. They won't be in, I need 9S meters with 3 reads in them. I have 6 of them down there. I'm waiting for 4 more, so I have a spare. I think there's 9. I get a spare, because I'm totally out, that's all I have. And, they won't be until December, those other 4, they're on back order. Annixter doesn't have them either.
Okay.
So how many,
We're looking at January to
Get 'em in.
switch the customers to a higher classification.
there was 9 customers?
There was 9 of them.
I'm just curious, was it from just over, additional improvements, expansions at their particular facility, or were they gigged wrong at the very beginning? I'm just
We
curious.
don't know, if they added more equipment, it's just their electric usage went up
Okay,
to the next classification, and IMPA says, hey, look, they
Yeah.
should be sitting at this according to your ordinance.
okay. They might have been near the cutoff between the
Yes,
two and
they could have
something.
been when they first established and start running their business, but over the years, they improved.
I think that's a great thing that you all did, or we did, from the standpoint of doing that analysis, because that, really dials in, the customers where they should be paying and, being fair to all the ratepayers, so good job.
Okay. All right, tennis pickleball court update. Tuesday's rain threw them off a little bit. They possibly will be here Friday, but most likely Monday, and it's a 24-hour cure. This is the latest I've heard, correct, ladies? Yep.
That's a striping, something for it, or
Surfacing. Yep.
I've had a few people ask me about netting between the courts. Not between not between on the sides, but end to end.
And
That's an option.
well, I think our point at this point, I think we should just get them up, see how busy they are, and keep this moving forward.
How many pickleball are there?
6.
So there's 2 like back-to-back?
Back
I
to
see what
back.
you're saying.
Yeah, Dune,
So
Dune,
all the
Dune.
pass balls are gonna go into the other courts.
So, yeah. Well, and again, that was brought up to me as well, and I, at this point, I think we just need to get open and see what happens. Get a start on it. Okay,
Looks good.
yeah, it really does look good. Structure Point Water Plant Evaluation Plan, no new update. Valley Woods Dam, I talked to Mark Rosenberger this week. They got the final boring done, without hitting any more water lines, thank God. So, that's moving forward. So, yeah, yep. So we're gonna jump down to 9 real quick, because also with Mark Rosenberger, we took him up to, Springwood Court and Indian Woods Trail, Alan Duncan and myself, met Mark there, walked it, and actually, several homeowners sent us video of when the torrential rains hit, so he has a better idea of what he's dealing with, so, he's gonna give us a price for the engineering for, the Valley Woods, what we're calling the Valley Woods drainage. All right, now moving back to St. Elizabeth Drainage Project, that is being done by Smith Corp. We had the pre-construction meeting with Rezo, I believe that was last week, and got all the contact information, and they've actually already started. They've been stripping some dirt. and as a reminder, that project is being paid for by GRC. So Board of Works is going to oversee it. Rezo is going to follow up with all the construction oversight, and GRC is going to pick up the tab.
Hey, Vince.
Yes, sir.
Becky, are you keeping a separate accounting of that? Have we paid anything out of that yet?
We paid Rezo,
Yes.
are the only bills we've had so far.
Okay,
But
but they
yes,
came out of redevelopment.
No. We've been paying the engineering out of Riverboat.
We have a professional line item for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you guys agreed to pick up the cost of the project.
Right, I didn't know if that,
Yeah.
that did not include engineering, so.
I don't think it did at that point,
Okay,
so.
thank you.
Okay, good news. Crosswalk at Ridge Avenue in Bellevue is finished. NDOT installed that while they were painting the bridge that was just redone. They are looking into modernizing it with signals as well. So that is a down the road thing, and Annie Walker will let me know as that comes about. Sean, your Ridge Avenue substation reclosures, are they still on order?
20 weeks.
Okay. Okay. All right. New business, we've already done the quote.
And I apologize, I didn't see that in new business.
It's all right.
I do one line item at a time.
I get it. I get it.
I don't look in the future.
Yep. Okay, Corey Whitesell of HWC is here to discuss the Stellar quote for engineering. Mike Perlberg here is helping us with, and also Mike McLaughlin, all from GRC. So GRC has graciously decided or offered to help us with up to $500,000 of Greendale's commitment to the Stellar grant. Corey, am I right? It's a $3.2 million, is it 3.2?
It's a $3.4 million project with a Okra grant of $2.75 million.
Yeah. So we're on the hook for like 685?
Yes, 687, 500 is what is the current plan match on that
Right.
project that you committed to.
If we max everything out, right? Yeah, okay. So, we have, in your packet, we have the timeline, this is the timeline. And, Becky, I think we put did you put the quote in there too, Becky? Yes.
Yes.
It's under this one, sources and budgets. So, okay. If you have any questions, that's why Corey's here tonight, to walk us through. The initial, is it 134? Is that the first phase?
Approximately 134. So the project is, the process for this, you've won the Stellar designation, but each individual project still has to get the federal documentation done. So there's a formal grant application this has to go through in order to just do all the federal paperwork that goes along with this project. So that's what is the next phase in this. So in order to submit that formal application, we need to get a little further with the preliminary engineering on this. So what our contract that's in front of you today starts in on getting the survey done for the project. It would then work on the soil studies that would be needed. We are going to do some ground penetrating radar along that section just because of the age of that corridor and what is potentially underground through that. And so that is included in this first portion of it. And then we've got an allowance for preliminary engineering where our goal is to get to about 25–30% plans, enough that we have a really good understanding of what the cost is. At that point, the grant application goes in and we get that formally approved. And then after that, a good portion of the engineering will be covered by the grant. But the first portion of this would be part of your match on this and how that sources and uses budget that you have is broken out. And so the remaining portion of this, the design would be full inclusive of all of the design, the electrical engineering that's needed, construction administration on this, as well as having an inspector out on the job site throughout the project. We'd be working real closely with the grant administrator to do this. They will do the environmental reviews. We'll support them through that process. But really, it's, from our standpoint, this becomes one-stop shop for us to take care of everything related to this initiative. And the scope of work that's in the contract goes through that in certainly more detail.
So Greendale has, we have 134,000 in our miscellaneous professionals, Becky, on Riverboat, which is where we intended to take it out of to get this project started. So I think we just need Board of Works approval to accept the contract. Does that sound right, Mike?
Right.
Okay.
And again, the contract authorizes these first stages, the survey, the geotech, the underground detection, the preliminary engineering. It authorizes those right away, and it says, don't go any further than that until we get the grant agreement formally signed, just to protect.
Where does that say that? I missed that part, that last part you just talked about.
Where does it say that? Says that in the compensation section, so in appendix D, this is what the execution of this agreement, HWC is authorized to complete survey, geotech, underground detention, preliminary engineering. The remaining services require separate authorization to proceed from the client. That's anticipated in early to mid-2026.
Okay, that's the first paragraph right there.
First paragraph.
Okay. And just so I understand this, so you're gonna go 25% into the preliminary engineering, and then that gives you enough information to be able to submit for the grant, the application? Is that through NDOT then, I take it, or?
This is actually through Okra.
Okra.
This is CDBG, Community Development Block Grants. It's ultimately HUD money in the end.
Okay.
This way the funds came out. NDOT didn't put a lot of money in this stuff. They only put like $1 million, $1.5 million. This would normally be an NDOT type of a project.
Yeah,
But because there was more money in the Okra grants, we allocated it here, and it just makes sense. And specifically, as you do more streetscape type things, Okra becomes a really good venue for doing that. The environmental requirements through Okra are a whole lot less than what you would have done through NDOT. So this is a cost-saving approach versus funding this with NDOT funds.
so looking at, I'm sorry, go ahead, John.
Well, in this Okra grant, or listing, so they determine, or it's spelled out what costs they cover and what costs are matched for us.
We put together right now just that very simple sources and uses budget of what we think will be. Most everything that you're talking about doing is eligible. It's just you have a certain portion that you have to commit as your match on this.
Okay.
There are some things that the grant will not cover. They don't want to cover living things like plants or trees that die. And they don't want to do things like, street banners that are changeable. And they don't want to do things that are loose furniture. If it's fixed, they're pretty good at funding it. Those are a couple little things, and all that means is those dollars come out of your match, which you have to have a certain amount anyway. So all that's built in. The sources and uses budget right now, I've itemized some things as eligible and ineligible, and I think you're gonna have very few things that are ineligible other than landscape on this. I did that just to make sure we understood how that should be structured to give you lots of flexibility as we get into the project. I just don't want this thing to run up your match later because we didn't have a good understanding of what might not be eligible through the grant.
Gotcha.
Real quick, on pages 2, 3, and 4 of 7, on, I guess it's gonna be your appendix A. So I just understand this right, the preliminary engineering, you're gonna go to like 30% complete schematic drawings,
Correct.
and that'll kind of get you teed up to be able to submit your application, right? How many meetings are you gonna have with Greendale staff to, I guess, be involved with, yeah, we like this? Are you gonna have one 30% meeting with them, then move on, or are you gonna have?
We've got meetings throughout the process, and it's an interactive process as well. So we'll kick it off with staff. We will have public meetings as part of that as well. We're gonna have to do that for the grant application. And so there will be multiple design meetings throughout this process.
At preliminary engineering?
Preliminary engineering, because we kind of broken that into, when we say preliminary engineering, there's about 3 steps. There's kind of design development. What exactly is this? And there'll be 2 or 3 meetings in that process. And then there's actually that preliminary engineering, and there'll be 2 or 3
Okay,
meetings in
cool.
that process, so that there's time, and then again, we will take this to the public, so that everybody's got a chance to see what it is that's being proposed.
Because I noticed you had construction documents, you got 60% complete, then final construction documents at 100. So there's going to be iterative steps too, that staff can be looking at that to make sure that it's going where they want it to go, right?
Absolutely. So we will give you major deliverables at a concept development stage, so you can see what that is. We'll give you a set of plans at 30%, set of plans at 60%. We'll give you a 90% set of plans, so you see it on the way. Each one of those will give you an updated cost estimate, so you know where this thing is tracking.
Important, real important.
And so we'll update schedule throughout that process as well, to keep you in the loop throughout that effort.
I saw one thing too, it was on Appendix A, 2 of 7, that's not designed to NDOT standards. Is there a reason why you don't design it to NDOT standards?
Plans are not to NDOT standards, so that means that I'm not designing these plans as you would a federal highway funded project. The difference is, to meet those federal highway standards, you're putting a significant amount of additional detail on those plans that we think is good for NDOT.
I got
It's
it.
not necessarily what you would do for a locally funded project.
Right.
Or a different funding source.
But
We
you'll be using like NDOT standards though,
We'll
right?
use NDOT standards and we'll use NDOT specs in this, but
Okay.
it's not a,
Right.
this is
You won't
not
have a set
in-
of plans this thick,
If
you
you
know.
want paper.
No.
I can give you paper.
No, you don't want that. No, I've seen those,
If you want
yeah.
sections every 10 feet and all these other things that NDOT requires you to put in there, we can do that, but you've got builders in this area who know how to build this stuff, and we think there's a point where you don't need to keep paying us to do more engineering, and that's reflected in your pricing.
4-7 on permitting, you only mentioned the stormwater permit. Do you think you're gonna get into SHPO and stuff like that with historic buildings and artifacts and
Yeah,
whatnot?
and that's itemized separately because the environmental on this is gonna be done by Services. So your grant administrator takes care of the environmental when it goes through Okra funding.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. We have budget in here, and a line item in your scope, specifically with SHPO, because we'll have to help them through that process. I got nervous about it. We just did this for the sidewalk project in Dillsboro and had 0 comments from SHPO. So that one went really smooth working with Services, so we're hoping the same thing here. But I expect this one to be trickier, just the historic nature of the sites.
The only other thing I had was under Appendix D, your compensation, if you could kind of break that down. I'm used to like man-hour justification tables and stuff, and just take like some of the big ticket items, the preliminary engineering, construction documents, construction administration, and construction observation. Give Greendale an idea of like, you know, who's on that, how many hours, so we can get a feel for, you know, how much effort HWC is putting into that. And also, you'll probably be doing progress payments, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So then we'll be able to see where you are in like preliminary engineering, you're halfway through it, or something like that. So it'd be helpful for you all when you get payments or invoices in to be able to track it and things of that nature.
We did provide a full drawdown schedule, what we think the whole project will.
Yeah, I got that.
Price on that,
This is helpful.
That's helpful for that. From our standpoint, in this first phase alone, we're anticipating about 750 hours to deliver this work. So I have a preliminary man-hour justification. I saw you know Steve, and unfortunately, I called into something else today and could not get that cleaned up. I thought the spreadsheet was together, but we had changed it after we met with the mayor early on. We broke this out to limit the amount of cost up front. I haven't updated the whole thing, but I will say we've got it itemized. I can give you that breakout after this.
Okay, that'd be fine.
And just for your records, so that you have that. But we do have that itemized per project. We are using a couple sub-consultants. We do the survey in-house. Our intent is to hire Patriot Engineering to do the soil studies for this. And then we'll also be bringing someone in to do the ground penetrating radar. Everything else on this we'll be doing in-house.
Sean, we'd like a digital copy of this to add to our new GIS mapping. If you can provide that, Corey.
Yeah, we'll get you full, whatever shape files, whatever you need on this, we'll give you that information as we get into it.
Okay. Okay. Does the board have any more further questions for Corey? So, I think to keep this moving, Mike, we need a motion to approve the first phase.
Yep, the HWC agreement is, I'm assuming is in your packets, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what gets you through the application.
Okay, and in doing so, you'll update Steve with the breakdown of the man hours, so
I can provide that afterwards.
yeah. You okay with that, Steve?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So what we're looking at, pursuant to what Corey said, you're looking at the survey, geotech, underground detection, and preliminary engineering. That's what we're approving on the first phase, right? Is that
Corey?
what we're looking for, Corey?
I'm just doing the math to make sure I'm.
It was 130 some odd thou, I thought.
134.
Yes. And then after that, then we find out if we get the grant, then we go forward with construction documents and roll.
So the total is $134,300 that's authorized now. Again, I think the motion is to approve the contract as written, which specifies that
Gotcha,
amount.
I'm with you. So the whole
Inclusive
amount,
within that is $134,300. The rest of it doesn't move forward without separate authorization later.
okay,
And also, since some of that billing is gonna come after the first, right?
Yes.
So Becky will have to encumber those funds from Riverboat for this year, the 134, so, because some of that will be paid after the first.
We can do it that way or just add it to the budget for next year.
Your choice, whatever's easier for you. Okay, all right. Just want to keep this moving forward, because before you know it, it's going to be 2027. It just happens. I wish I could explain it, but that's just what happens. Okay, couple more things. Any more questions? Well, we need a motion, first of all.
I so move to approve HWC Engineering's agreement for services for the Greendale Stellar project pursuant to the document that we have. The initial phase is $134,300. The total project is what, $596,200, with the caveat that that construction documents and items below that do not occur pursuant to that paragraph until we do have an approved grant.
Okay. Have a first. We have a second?
Second, all of that.
Good. I was hoping you were going to repeat it. Got a first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Corey.
Appreciate your confidence.
Yeah.
Excited to
Mike?
get started.
And Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think with the expectation from redevelopment is obviously, we don't have your guys' expertise up there, so I think we're looking at you to kind of lead the Stellar project.
Board of Works will lead us, I think, Board of Works will be glad to lead the phase. Corey's, HWC is going to do construction overlook, correct? So you guys will I'll come to the meetings and keep you guys updated on how
And
we're.
that's fine, because I think, we're okay.
Right.
We have some thoughts on some of the funds that we've been talking about in executive session for a long time now.
Right.
So that can be part of the math. I just want to make sure that the whole board of works understands that.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Speaking of GRC, met with the Mikes earlier this week, and it became apparent in Valley Woods about 3 weeks ago when we hit a water line and we could not find the valve. We looked and looked and looked some more, and we finally found the valve about after 3 hours. So, speaking to Sean and the water and electric crew, plus this can be used for a lot of other things, is we would like to have Greendale GIS mapped to make it to the point where when our water guys are out at 2 in the morning, they'll be able to go to their phone and stand and say below them, there's the valve, make their life a lot easier, because it's become, well, all my old guys retired, yes, and my
That wasn't very nice.
well, all my guys with experience retired. Yeah, right. And so, well, our water working foreman is 28 years old with 5 years experience. and all the guys under him have less experience. And not that they're not doing a great job, they're doing a great job, they don't have that inherent.
It's institutional knowledge.
It's institutional knowledge, yes. So, and Sean brought this up, when he came here 7 years ago, this was kind of one of the things that you wanted him to, and it's one of those things that we keep paying for people to provide us survey data and all this, but we have nowhere to put it. So we're going to put it into the GIS system and get it under control. So we spoke to WTH, who Sean has used in Rising Sun. The gentleman came through, explained it to us. Alan Duncan needs it for stormwater. Sean needs it for electric, water and sewage. It can be used for, you can even do tree mapping. So it's pretty impressive what this thing will do. So, and this is all this company does. They just do GIS mapping. So it came back, $55,250 for the initial. GRC is going to take it to in front of their board in 2 weeks, and they have, cross your fingers, we think they're going to help pick up the tab. We're hoping.
I hope,
Yeah.
I'll offer it to them, and
Yeah, question.
there's 5 independent thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm afraid our thing we got is every even page, so we didn't get them.
Well, I think it's only 7 page, well, I might have screwed that up. Did I? Yeah. Okay.
I see 8, 10, 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I didn't get
I'll
that.
tell you what, you know, that,
Talk about technology.
yeah, I screwed that up. Alan sent us only that page. Do you have the full thing?
Not with me,
I know, but
but yes, he must have just put it in.
He scanned it.
copied over the top, and only scanned the top page
Yeah.
on both sides.
How much
Yeah.
was it, 55 what?
55 something.
55,250.
So what, Sean, you and I have talked about this a lot. And back in the day, I was given everything that we did survey-wise or GIS-wise, I was giving it to the county. And there is a layer down at Dearborn County, that's the Greendale layer.
And
So
they
there's-
will, WTH will have access to that.
Okay,
And
and
we'll transfer that into this software.
so does this include them coming into Greendale and dinking all the manholes, all the gate valves, all the power poles?
No.
Or is it all done via the beacon system?
Nope.
All done your maps.
Your maps are the big page maps, they're gonna
Yes.
take those and put them all in the system. Those maps there.
With
Another
your,
company wouldn't do it.
with your,
Another company-
with your corrections.
Oh, gosh, not my handwriting.
Yes.
Well, Paul and I will
Oh,
work through that.
Yes.
I'll translate a lot of things to Paul.
Yes.
And all that, but yes, they're gonna copy all the maps, everything. We had another company we talked to not long ago, they basically did Google Earth, and what you saw above ground, that's all there was. Anything, they wouldn't take our maps and copy and put them in there, anything underground, we had to add in there.
So what did you do at Rising Sun? Were they not using the beacon system down there?
No, the county is on WTH, and that's with Rising Sun. Before I got there, they had the WTH, and we matched up with the county.
So what's their base map? What kind of base maps are they using? I mean, their aerials, is that everything just on the aerials? Because you and I, we met with WTH. It was impressive.
It's
Yeah.
Beacon. It's the same aerial as
Same as
Beacon.
Beacon.
It's same as
because
Beacon.
They have the property lines and all that also. on
Right.
there.
And
I
it
mean,
was within,
you can click a sewer line, and they had the video of the sewer line.
we
Well, I was
had that-
impressed, okay?
This
but-
was, who was this?
Huh?
This was WTH?
Yeah, this was this Rising Sun system, but,
That's-
you know, I know what Lawrenceburg had, I mean, it was pretty much, was it based off the beacon system, like the aerials? Because that's what the county uses. I mean, they were showing me how they could click a house and all this information would pop up.
Yeah, property information and all that?
Yeah.
Same thing with this, they're gonna have the county stuff on this. We can get on property, Charlie's house, click on it, owners.
all gonna
and
link
that,
together.
Taxes and everything.
I can't make it do that, but he told me it's gonna do that.
And
Yeah.
the sewer tapes, I asked him about the sewer tapes, how we get the sewer laterals camera, all the mains and all that. We can have all that installed in there, so you can hit manhole to manhole, there'll be a video, off of the video.
That was
watch the
impressive.
video.
So what system did you guys have down?
Banning Engineering did it all, and it's a standalone system. Now, they pulled in stuff from the county, from Beacon property lines and things like that, but it's all pulled into that, but it's not affiliated with Beacon.
Who keeps it updated from this point on?
This guy, these guys will, but they have to feed them all the updated
We
information.
can update it ourselves also, like if we move a valve, if we decide, hey, this valve's no
Here it
good,
is.
we eliminate it.
Mike,
another valve,
mine
we
has
put
it.
that on the map, show
Yeah.
that valve is an old valve.
I've got it right here.
Okay.
Kind of different valve, and it'll be a different layer, all old valves will pop up, all the current valves.
What about when you put a new line in or electric, when you,
Yes.
when you change it, will they digitize it and give it to you?
I don't know if they
Hey, Ben.
digitize, but we
Sorry.
have like
I didn't have
the
it.
line itself, if it's
I did.
number 2 copper,
Oh, okay.
like they're doing Nowland, all that line will show that's 336 aluminum of water. Each pull, you click on the pull, like we did the pull inspection, the primary pull inspection a couple years ago, they'll transfer all that in there and has all the information for all those primary pulls. The height, the year, everything on there.
So we we bought, a GPS piece of equipment, I think Nathan.
Treble unit, all that transfers over also into WTH.
I think Nathan is first guy from the garage, so he could go out, like, if Sean puts in a new line, he can sit there and dink in all the poles, and then they can get that information and give it to this group, and
Yep.
they can update it. But it's stuff that we're gonna need to do to update it, give them information. So
Yeah, we just
alert it.
can't do this and then
Never
forget
maintain
about it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got a question. Is this a proprietary system, and even though, like we do public trees on a very much smaller scale, we can add to, subtract from anytime we make a change. But we pay a fee to a proprietary
They don't
system
have
through Davy. Is this
I
gonna
didn't.
be the same deal?
It's a great
Is there
question.
a
So
yearly-
what-
is
how
there
is-
a yearly fee?
There is a yearly
Yearly
fee.
book on this, so
Oh, you just gave it to
their
them today?
system, we're paying for access
I
to
hadn't.
their system. So I think that's something to look at.
Yes, there is a yearly fee, and you're looking at,
4,463.
yeah, that's,
But the nice thing about this system is we own all of the information. It is our information. And we can move it or take it with us or whatever.
we give it to engineers also.
Yes.
If an engineer needs information on our poles, we can transfer, it's like Ben said, this is ours. It's not another engineering company, they work for us, that's our system, that's what WTA.
So if you're going out for a bid or something, you can say, this is what we want,
Yes,
and they can access that.
yes, we can give it to our engineers and they can use that to send it out to, on their maps, on their, like, doing now, that they got on, the contractors got on the engineer's website, was able to pull the information off of that road and all that.
So this is my question, and I hope there's a simple answer. If it is a proprietary system, and there's that $4,000 a year hook, which is a good, which is reasonable. Say that at some point in time, we no longer want to pay that $4,000. Are you saying to us are you saying that is our information, or only as long as we are subscribers to their system?
It's ours. We own it from day one.
We keep that on our computers. All that means is we won't get no support from them. If we have trouble, if we get new people in, they don't know how to do it. Like right now, if we're just learning this, they're gonna give us a class, but if we have any questions, we just call them. Their
So they're
office.
tech support, really?
Yes, and that's part of that 4,000, that tech support. But now, if we decide, hey, we're not gonna pay that no more, we're on our own with the system. It's our system, it's on our computers. If we remember how to put things in, we remember. If we don't remember how to change things, then we're SOL. But that $4,000, that's all, I think that $4,000 is for, I think 10 users?
10 users,
Something like that.
yep.
That's the water and the soup and the electric, and then, me and Alan, and then we'll add we get a new city guy, add him on there also. Then only 2 people, was it 2 people that can, 3 people, there's 3 primary computers, and then everybody else can download the web version on their phones and look at the maps on their phones, pull up different layers. No one can make changes without one of us 3 approving it, as in like Outfit Utilities, Alan B. Storm, then you have the city guy, we go over all of it, approving any change that Taylor would do in there. Hey, I moved this valve here. He puts it in there, then I'd have to approve before it gets locked into the system.
So for $36,575, they're gonna take our grid maps, and then they're gonna somehow digitize them and load them onto the computer somewhere.
Yes, sir.
and you're gonna have access, and you're gonna be
Yes.
able to have access via computers and also your phones and
Yes.
stuff. What? You're gonna say something?
No, no, I'm just, no.
So I'm just thinking the basis of those grid maps, how old are those aerials? They're old. I mean, we've been using those grid maps forever. I don't know what the basis of those were, if those were state aerials or what. Is there a way, ugh.
And we told them that some of the sewer lines or water lines aren't in where the map may show, it's like right by the road, it may be underneath the sidewalk, or maybe out in the road. He said that's just something
We
we go
found
on
that
later
out.
on and move, just slide it over.
So you don't drill and hit a water line.
Well, every
Yeah.
time forever, and Charlie knows this, whenever those grid maps we had were not accurate, but every time we dug something up, we do as-bills, and that's what they're talking about. If you go to those grid maps, there's multiple, notes on them, like, we found 6-inch main, 30 inches deep, 5 feet off the edge of pavement. And then we used to give them back to Reso, and Reso then would update those, I call it the grid maps, but it was all paper, and they're dog-eared and footprints on them and muddy and whatnot, so.
I have a good set down there.
Right. One of the other things to add to this, so after we found the water line at Valley Woods that was mismarked because of the errant gas line reading, from what I understand, you dropped the ball on it, right?
No, not yet. I ordered them. I ordered those balls that, you can drop it in where lines aren't, there's no tracer wire, you locate the line, drop the ball, it has to be like within 3 feet from the top of the ground, and it's a locator ball. And you can go up later on with, your locator and find it. And there are different color balls, you have the red, you have the green, the blue, you have, yellow, different balls.
So you can add this information, so once they drop this,
Yep.
you'll add that into this system as well, so it,
That location, there's a ball here, locator
Right.
ball on the 6-inch water line.
yeah.
And I assume this is also available to fire and EMS. I said, hey, somebody hit this pole, they'd know where it is.
On the maps, I don't know, I didn't ask them about fire EMS.
Well, again, right now, we just got a price for 10 users, but we could, it can be expanded, right.
Well, and the 10 users is people who can edit.
Edit, well, yeah,
You
they
can, you
can
can,
see.
you can set this up to where the public can have access to it,
Okay.
just to, view-only access. And
Got
that
it.
doesn't cost anything extra. There's no set users. It's available, just like the county's GIS down in Rising Sun, Ripley County. You can
Right.
get on there and look at all the property markers and ownership and all that stuff.
Got it.
Anybody can. So
Okay.
you can set it up, you can open it up to the public like that, and it's not an additional fee. But the nice thing is, you can update constantly. Every time you dig a hole, you can snap a couple pictures, get your GPS points, and throw it in the map. And just,
Right, with the Trimble.
Yeah,
Right.
it's so much better than tape measures and, put them on a grid map
Right.
and he's absolutely right. Yeah.
Measure that water line is
Yeah.
where they hit it, from the edge of the road.
Yeah.
It was like 8 something, the map said 10 feet.
So I had a long talk with Taylor, our working foreman, water working foreman, and I told him, I said, hey, if we do this, it's only as good as the information that you guys keep up with it. I said, Sean's gonna be gone, I'm gonna be gone, but you potentially could be here 30 years. I said, this could benefit you greatly as your career progresses. And, those young guys, this stuff doesn't scare them. I know you love your paper maps, we all know that, but here we are, 7
Well,
years later, and we haven't gotten
Yeah,
anywhere.
John just said, though, our biggest problem is we didn't have the staff like they have at Lawrenceburg, where I'm sure there's a person or two that just are dedicated to the GIS system down there, being able to update it, maintain it.
I don't know what they're doing with it.
But-
It was still being built when I left.
But it was me and Charlie and John.
No, I get it.
We just didn't have the time to go over in the office, like, okay, let's put this all
Well,
together.
that's why we're,
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I completely get it. It makes sense to me.
and the
so.
beauty of it is, so when I met with council and we had our budget sessions, I said, the mayor's, if you wanna call them the mayor's projects, the two things that have become apparent to me is, one, we desperately need a GIS system, and our ordinances are really outdated. So we're gonna get one of them checked off by taking this on, and GRC was kind enough to, offer to help pay for this or take it before the board, it's all good things, so.
And Vince, with redevelopment, Mike, I'm looking at you, if we're shopping a lot or any more, developers nowadays, they want a GIS map. Cause they wanna know hard, matter of fact, we're having, who's doing the GLP properties? We're gonna get that GIS.
That marketing piece?
Yeah.
The interactive, map, that was Banning Engineering, put that together.
So, I'm not asking you guys, I brought this up for discussion today, because it's gonna go to GRC, and if GRC is willing to fund it, I'm gonna bring it back to you all and, for
So,
final approval.
Is someone going to GRC and making like a presentation, like from HWC, from WTH, or who?
We can, or I think they would just simply rely on what Sean and I tell them, unless you wanna see something.
I can get ahold of Paul, see if Paul.
Yeah,
wants
So did they come when you talked to them? I mean,
They
I know.
came here and gave us a presentation on everything, showed us how the map works.
The problem with those,
It's changed.
the problem with the redevelopment sitting there, they don't live and breathe it like Sean does. They can hear what it does, but if Sean tells them, or Vince tells them, here's what it's doing for us, rather than the worker going down to the thing before he goes out to wherever it is.
So, the two examples they showed us, Paul, one was Rising Sun and one was Batesville.
Rensselaer and Batesville.
Okay, Rensselaer and Batesville, but you have it in Rising Sun.
Yes, we had the same, it was an older system.
Right.
What he showed is totally different.
Yeah. So, WTH was an engineering company back in the day. They got into GIS, and that has become their mainstay. And what did he tell us? 30 employees? They're
30,
yeah. So I mean, they're all in on this GIS. So.
How many cities are they doing in Indiana, or did they say?
He was saying, they're all over, they're down in, is that where, down in Kentucky he got lost?
Mhm.
That's what started all this?
Yep.
It was in Kentucky, but he's all Indiana, Illinois, and all that. I forget how many cities. He just named, he talked about being in Kentucky, getting lost years ago, like 20-some years ago, and that's what started this. And then showed us Batesville, and he showed us Rensselaer map, because he had it right there. What number of cities, I can't.
Again, this is hardly something new. This is something we should have done and should.
We know that, but we need to pull the trigger. And
I agree.
again, GRC has offered to, offered to present it to the board.
Yes.
Let's say that.
Well, the technology is here now, and years ago, it wasn't. This stuff is now on phones.
Well,
I mean,
and
it's
to the
just
mayor's point
unbelievable.
is, these kids,
It doesn't scare them.
well, and they just like, oh, it's here,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I keep thinking if at 2 in the morning, if we've blown the main water line to Valley Woods, we got all 4 of those guys out there knee deep in mud. They got to come over to the utility building, dig in the maps.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense anymore.
One thing he also talked about, like, you have a leak, we hit a leak here, and it will show you what valves on that, say, if you hit 12-inch line, the leak will show you which valves to turn off, if you have them on your map. Sends you right to those valves on there.
And-
So you're
and-
not like tracing the line like we do on a paper map,
Yeah.
tracing the line, okay, this valve, now if they don't close, you go out further,
Well, just make sure, I know, need to get with the county, grab everything off our layer, plus all the stormwater stuff was all GPS. You've got a couple valve sections that we've done, and then all the fire hydrants are
Right.
GPS.
We got all Reso's maps. He sent all.
There's a ton of stuff that we've got, so you have a pretty
We've
good
got a
layer.
ton of stuff in drawers that we need to put together.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so, okay, I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Good idea.
We'll circle back after the GRC meeting to see where the funding comes from.
Make a
Okay.
motion to adjourn?
Yeah, got a first, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for tonight. Corey, thank you for coming down.
Thanks, Corey.
And you'll get that for him? And he had a question